Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast. The podcast reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. It's episode 395. Not 1984 yet. Almost. We'll get there eventually, right, Brad? 1984? Yeah. We'll get there at one point. But as always, this is the nerd. You're going to hear the host show lines from our wonderful co-host, Yagetta.
Sup, everybody. Welcome to the review Luis has been asking about.
Luis has been asking about. Yep. Everybody else except for Luis everybody else for Luis is not asking for this review. They're like, Luis is like, hey, when are we gonna do the review?
The thing is, I think we've had enough reviews of this fucking movie.
Yeah,
what are we adding to it?
What are we adding to
the review show?
But hey, man, we are devoted to content, and to content we are devoted to. So that means
we haven't gotten many new movie releases this year. So guess what? You're getting a Wonder Woman review.
How are you? How are you doing? How's it been going, man?
First day back at work went pretty well.
Yep.
I mostly stayed in my office. Anywhere I left the office, I wore a mask. Everybody else wore a mask. Go figure. The department next to us, there was literally no one in there because they all have COVID.
So you got yourself a kind of a super spreader event.
Yeah. So something went down.
Dude, I don't know, man. Your home state, your work is wildin', bro. Hard.
That's the reason it's called the Wild West. Also a reason a lot of people died.
Because of shit like this, bro. Because they won't do anything to fix it. But I hope everyone's having a good day today. Nobody's in chat yet, but I'm doing all right myself. You know, just getting around here, spending some time with Michelle out here. And but we have to review some movie, and I'm glad that I'm able to get in here for at least for a bit to review this film with y'all. What does Luis say? I come in a couple minutes late, and I missed a COVID story. Damn. Yeah.
You didn't really miss much.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. Yeah, you didn't miss much, bro.
It's just Arizona. It's just how it is.
It's Arizona being Arizona. Yep. But so usually we be doing what's it called? Freaking Kill Bill, but I ain't gotten the chance to watch it.
That's because you're watching every fucking thing else.
I watched Fargo, damn it.
You watched Fargo. I congratulate you on that, but what else did you watch around Fargo? A bunch of movies you didn't have to watch.
Hold on. I'll prove you wrong here, man.
There was one that began with an M that I know.
Oh, yeah, Malena.
Yeah, you didn't have to watch that one.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, I'm sure it was good, but you didn't have to watch it. Could have watched any number of the other things we have to watch.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I also have another thing to do for cinema condition.
Oh, was that another cinema conditions? Okay, I apologize.
Malena was not cinema condition. I'll give you that one for sure. Yeah, I'll give you that one for sure. I'm sorry about that one, but cinema condition is another film that we need to do.
I get it. Sometimes it's the same with me. I watch Burnt. There was no reason to watch Burnt. It's Bradley Cooper in like 2008. Yeah, but I watched all the other movies.
Yeah, it's just that no excuses. I really had the chance to watch all of these movies, but yeah.
I'm glad you watched Fargo though.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that done.
Fargo's a good watch. Fargo's still a good watch.
It was good. Chill Zone was good. Thank you for stopping by. You're about to hear us go on quite the tangent for Wonder Woman 1984 that basically Twitter has reviewed before any of us has reviewed.
I just came from watching the Angry Joe review. That man was mad, like really mad.
I mean, I would expect it's called Angry Joe.
yeah, but he was really mad.
Watched it the day he came out. So did I, my friend.
So did I.
Yeah. So
I mean, should we just do the spoiler and just
let's go ahead and get into it. Without further ado, it's going to be your Wonder Woman 1984 review, and we will be discussing it as if you've already watched it. So please, if you don't care about spoilers, then go ahead and keep listening. If you do care about spoilers, then go ahead and stop. Either way, how it goes, this is spoiler warning, and it's about excuse me, and it's in effect in a 5, 4, Three, two, one.
Go.
Yeah,
You need some water, buddy.
I was like, I was about to burp when that happened. I was like,
Ah,
yeah,
you've been drinking again? Oh, that's
no.
me.
Oh, that's you. WW84, also promoted as Wonder Woman 1984, is a 2020 American superhero film based on the DC Comics character Wonder Woman. It is the sequel to 2017's Wonder Woman and the ninth installment in the DC Extended Universe, DCEU. The film is directed by Patty Jenkins from a script she wrote with Jeff Johns and Dave Callahan, based on a story by Johns and Jenkins. Gal Gadot stars as Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, alongside Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, Pedro Pascal, Robin Wright, and Connie Nielsen. Set in 1984 during the Cold War, the film follows Diana and her past love, Steve Trevor, as they face off against Max Lord and Cheetah. All right, chill zone. We'll get into what you're saying, but yeah. Discussion of a sequel began shortly after the release of the first film in 2017. And just to go ahead and report for you guys, third film is in the works at the moment with Patty Jenkins coming back to direct. And yeah, um, the 2017, and the decision to proceed was confirmed the following month. Principal photography began on June 13, 2018, with filming taking place at Warner Bros. Studios, Leavesden in England, as well as the District of Columbia and Northern Virginia in the United States, London and Duxford in England, Tenerife and Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands, and Almeria in Andalusia, Spain. Production wrapped on December 22nd, 2018, after a 6-month shoot with additional filming in July 2019. WW84 premiered on December 15, 2020, via the DC Fandom virtual platform. It was theatrically released in the United States by Warner Bros. Pictures on December 25th, 2020, and was made available to be streamed digitally on HBO Max for a month before it will go to premium video on demand. In international markets that do not have HBO Max, the film was theatrically released beginning on December 16, 2020. It was praised for its escapist qualities and Jenkins' take on the 1980s, but many critics found it overindulgent or cliche. A sequel is in development with Jenkins and Godot returning. The film is music by Hans Zimmer, of course, cinematography by Matthew Jensen, edited by Richard Pearson, and it sits at 2 hours and 31 minutes, and it has a budget of 200 million, and it has currently made 85.4 million, and that is without HBO Max numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we are steady looking at a success for Wonder Woman 84. Getting its budget back, but like over the overly successful film, not really, but like
I mean, it did better than Tenet.
exactly.
And we still don't know overseas numbers. It probably did very well overseas.
Yeah, and overseas it did like 35. Like it made it quite a bomb. It kind of bombed in China, but like other than that, like other overseas, like it's been steadily bringing in its money.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into this, Brad. What do you have to say that Twitter has not said already?
I mean, I look at this from two perspectives. One from, the entertainment perspective. Was I entertained? Yeah. Does that mean it was good? No. So I guess my opinion on this is I think they went for the campy version of Wonder Woman in this, and they failed the story. Like, there's a lot of good shots in this. Like, there's a lot of good film technique that's used in this. There's a lot of good acting in this, but it's so the script is just so everywhere, and it's not connected. And there's a lot of plot holes, like Steve Trevor being able to fly a jet, and he's a World War I pilot, and the jet happens to be fueled up at the Smithsonian, and then the jet can make it to Egypt in one trip. But then again, I come back to it's a comic book movie. It's a comic book movie, Brad. And this shit happens in comic books.
It's a comic book movie, Brad.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I think we're all so used to Christopher Nolan and The Dark Knight and everything being so dark and just making sense on the plot and just how it works. It's like, yeah, that truck could totally flip like that. That we lose sight of this is a comic book movie. Like it's supposed to be. This movie's ridiculous. Let me get that out of the way. This movie's fucking ridiculous. It really is. And for that, I mean, I can see what Patty Jenkins was going for. Do I think that it hit all the marks? No. But you know, I praise Pedro Pascal. He did great for what he was given. That script he was given, he played the hell out of it. Do I
that accent too? Life could be good, but it can be better.
By oil. But
by oil.
I
am obviously from Latin America. If you cannot tell, just it could be better.
This thing, it's 1984, and there's so many 1980s trope. It's ridiculous.
Way
it's
more
like,
than Stranger Things, huh?
A lot more. It's like the whole Barbara thing. Like, oh, she's ugly until she takes off her glasses and takes the ponytail down, and then she's beautiful. Like she's hot now without the glasses. Like it's this ridiculousness. And again, this is a comic book movie, and it's set in the 1980s, and there's so many 80s tropes. There's even Quantum Leap, son.
And one cannot get away without talking about the casual racism in this movie, bro.
Yes. It's there. It's there. And anyone who says it's not there because they want to like this movie, it's there. It's there. It's right in the Egyptian part, like all over that shit.
Oh yeah, a whole lot of casual racism, and but she really was hot though. I mean, it's true.
It's true. It's like she took off her glasses, and then it's like she's spectacular, and every man apparently has to be really rapey towards her at that point. Like I can see, like I didn't understand like every five guys catcalling her. You know, there'd be like the one guy who's not fucking paying attention eating a sandwich or something. Like I get what you're trying to say is that she's just so sexual, and that all these guys are just bums, and they shouldn't even be talking to her, and but it's just it was a little much. And I come back to Roll, and I come back and I say, Brad, it's a comic book movie. Don't take it so serious.
I'm echoing a lot of the problems that Brad has. Look, Jenkins is great. I mean, you know, you look at this film just visually, you know she has an eye, and you know that she has a way of, especially of pulling out these performances from Godot, who is a big step up from the first movie. Like Gal brings it up a notch, and you know, Patty. This is where Patty is working so well, and that's probably one of my favorite things about this movie is the direction. The writing is all over the place. The script is really, really weak, and I'm not gonna lie. This might be the fact that you have too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, how many screenplay by 3 people?
Come on. Just have Johns and Callahan like producing this and checking and just revising scripts. Let Patty write this herself. Like let Patty Jenkins write this herself without 2 other people, you know, in there too. It's too much, man. Like let Pat, like what's so hard? Like you've seen those series, you saw the series where she did on TNT, like she can write this, man. Like
you saw the first Wonder Woman. Like that was spectacular. It's just this film feels so disconnected. It's just like they just did really cool scenes, but it didn't mean anything towards the plot or the story. Like the very beginning, like from the very beginning, Role that whole scene to get to the point, no true hero is born from lies. Like that was like a 30-minute fucking scene to get to that.
Yeah, I will say that was badass though. I like
it was badass. But
I loved it. Yeah,
it wasn't really like there was honestly just the one point to it, and you could have really cut down on that.
But yeah, and I understand a lot what's going on right now. Like Bert himself said it. Like, you know, like I don't care if you like it or don't like it. Like The casual racism in this movie is absurd. It's
Yeah.
so many Did you have to make Pedro have that thick of an accent? I'm sorry. That's not even Pedro's normal
No, his
accent.
normal.
No, he Pedro has an accent. It's not like Diego Luna in Rogue One. Yes, that's Diego's accent. They didn't make him tune it up. But come on, life can be better. Life is good, but it can be better. Like, come on, dude. He's playing the accent too much.
Yeah.
Like come on. It's literally if somebody's like, nah, dude, you're not being Latin enough. Come on, throw it up,
And Pedro Pascal be going, what the fuck is Latin enough?
Yeah.
I am Latin.
Yeah. Come on, dude. It's like that was so ridiculous about it, but also, of course, the stuff in Egypt. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was
the pro-Israel propaganda, bro. Yo, when the man said, "I want for my land to be returned to me," and all of those who inhibited to not be allowed in, you're like,
no, not just all those. He called them heathens.
I think I know who you're talking about, bro.
He called them heathens.
Yeah. I was like, yo, y'all wrote this? What? Like, y'all wrote
And
this?
on top of that, it had a giant wall come up.
Yeah, a giant ass wall, bro. Like, I think I know what you're referring to, y'all. And either way, like Brad says, like, there's not a bad thing about liking this movie. Just you need to have the room to discuss these things.
Yeah.
Like, because they're very, very they're very, what's it called, not just it's irresponsible to succumb to these type of things. Like it's ridiculous, borderline like fucking offensive, man. And I don't throw that word around that much.
You can be entertained by this, but you gotta call out all the bullshit in this movie.
Yeah, like you gotta call it out when you see it, man. I'm sorry. Like, come on, man. Like this, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, the freaking racism that's just prominent in this film.
The ridiculousness of the racism, of the overacting, or being made to overact. Even though I love Pedro Pascal in this, like I really do.
Oh, he shines bright.
And it's really funny because in the trailers, they all showed Kristen Wiig as being the main like villain. You barely get to see Kristen Wiig. Like she's over there doing research for Wonder Woman. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
So I don't know how this looks on a big screen. That CGI was not. Yeah, that CGI was bad.
Are we talking about Kristen Wiig, the cheetah?
Yeah, that CGI.
My issue with that scene is it was too dark for me. I couldn't see the fucking thing.
Really? That was fine for me on my monitor.
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And then we go again. I feel like we've spent so much time building Max Lord. We barely even take enough time to build up Cheetah. But it looks like Cheetah survived and
didn't renounce her wish.
Didn't renounce her wish. So probably, and also
this is another issue I have.
Why did you guys have to go with that to introduce Cheetah? Can you not go with the whole African safari story, where that's how she becomes Cheetah?
I mean, that story is campy as fuck, but this whole movie's campy as fuck. So you could have totally gone that route. I'm still kind of miffed that Max Lord, the only reason he renounced his wish is because his son was on the highway. Like what if he didn't have a son?
Yeah.
Like that's my thing. Like would he just be a huge humongous asshole and be like, I want it all? Like fuck all you guys.
Yeah.
I brought this up to my wife and she's like, well, you know, what if you had that power? And be like, I want more.
Yeah.
I want to go that far. Like I wish Raul to make a bunch of movies and just let me be at the premieres. How about that?
I wish my student debt didn't exist. I saw a pic of CGI Cheetah after we watched, and all I could think of was But even then, throughout all this stuff, I found myself entertained. Yes, the movie needed to be like, 20 minutes of that movie could have been edited down. Like, you did not have to make this 2 hours and 31 minutes.
I have a major issue, and I'm going to bring up Angry Joe again because, like I said, I just came from watching him. And he made a lot of good points. I mean, he got really angry at it, and I just kind of want to remind him. It's a comic book movie, bro. Like it's okay. But this they bring Steve Trevor back, Quantum Leap style,
Yeah.
and it becomes the Steve Trevor story. It doesn't become the Wonder Woman story there for
Yeah.
the next hour. It's a lot of focus on Steve Trevor, which we got a lot on the first film. Like, why do I need more fucking Steve Trevor?
Yeah. Wait, but either way, like God, that scene with her saying goodbye to Steve was beautiful.
That was beautiful. I
Oh,
mean,
I
but
mean, just and I'm telling you, good Gal improved a lot from that first movie.
yeah,
Like
but
from seeing her in
I just
BBS
think
and seeing her here.
the Wonder Woman character gets lost
Yeah.
in this movie.
Where it's supposed to be a movie about her. Yeah. And even then, we get her, her and to me we concentrate a lot on that, but I understand it's like, it's probably one of the biggest things about this film is her, what's it called, fighting between two parts of her, the human side that loves Steve Trevor,
Mhm.
or the God side that needs to be the hope that this world needs to fix it
And
and to
stop hiding.
stop hiding. And I love that. I was like, it was so hopeful, it was so beautiful, and it brought what's it called, uh what's it called, it brought it to the table, man. But I think that there was obviously some parts in the film where we really could have used a little bit of a tuning up of the tuning of the script.
And I definitely would have wanted to see more of Wonder Woman and Cheetah and their relationship in that. I mean, you get it like a little taste of it, and then you kind of lose Cheetah, and
Oh
it's all
yeah,
about Max
come
Lord.
on, yo. I'm gonna be quoting Alex Almeida. So, she said that there was a lot of queer baiting in this. Like you felt in the beginning, like, yo, when are Cheetah and Wonder Woman gonna kiss? Because at the beginning she said it felt like Cheetah was what wanted to be with her, not
Well,
be like her. And then it kind of get lost at like so far in, you're like, oh wait, what's going on? I was
and
like,
then Wonder Woman did cock block Max Lord there in
yeah,
a few of the scenes. So
yeah, and it felt like, yo, like, okay, are we gonna see, Cheetah and Gal like kind of get together a bit? And no, it like turns it to you, like flips you sideways and says, "Nah, dude, what's it called?
nah,
She's
she,
still hung
she
up on Steve."
she's with Quantum Leap Steve over
Yeah,
there.
and I was like, "Huh?" Like this whole thing, I'm feeling like, "Yo, okay, all right." They're giving us the comic book Diana, the bisexual Diana. We're like, okay, maybe her and Cheetah are gonna have a bit, and then it's gonna be
Nah,
even painful for her to have to confront Cheetah. Like, nope, nope, that's not the thing. Barbara simply is just jealous of Diana having the attention. She wants to be like Diana. And you're like, huh? That's not what we've been getting.
no.
But
And all you get really from Diana after that is basically Barbara doing all the research. Like,
yeah.
find out where this came from. It's like, I don't fucking know. It's
But and I
maybe
have
here.
to, so I have to bring up and not to make it sound like I'm just shitting on this movie, because it's not, to me it's not terrible, and it's not good, it's not great either.
It's not great, but it's a
I'm
comic
just,
book movie.
it's like it's me, it's me.
Yeah, it's a
and
myth.
and I love Zimmer's score. Oh my god.
Oh, this
I
this music was great.
But Hans always finds a way to go off. Hans always finds a way to go off. I enjoyed that a lot. But you know, the biggest problem here is the script. The
Mm-hmm.
script needed to have a big kind of tuned up, and also just the casual racism. Like, yeah,
Well,
that,
and just the huge looming plot holes of like how Steve Trevor flying a fucking jet. Like, how did he know? Like, I what? And there's just shit like that. It just happens, and you're
you
like,
try to understand it, Brad. Feel it.
don't you start, Christopher Nolan.
Life can be good. Life is good, but it can be better.
Brad, it's just a
Yeah.
comic book movie.
But yeah, Pedro Pascal, totally my favorite thing about this movie. Just
Yeah,
God, he's great.
and that's because I think he got most of the screen time. I think he
Pretty
really
much.
did. I think he
Yeah,
got more screen time than Wonder Woman.
it's fucked up, man.
It should be called the Max Lord movie. That's what this should be called. Should be called Pedro Pascal. You saw him in The Mandalorian. You love him in this.
Yeah. So if that's it, I'm gonna go ahead and give Wonder Woman 1980. You look, we gotta like here's funny thing with Wonder Woman from the first Wonder Woman. I was like, we have two great acts. Through two great acts, the third act is what is terrible. It's like it's really like
And I
not
kind of
terrible.
disagree. I
But
kind of
the
disagree
third
with
act
that.
is where it kind of loses me.
I mean,
It
I
used to be
agree.
opposite.
The third act is not as good as the
Yeah.
first two. I don't think it's like
But here's where I
trash.
just yeah, this is where I gotta go. Hold on. What do you wish for? Oh, I wish this could happen. Don't you? Yeah. Um. Here's where I'll
Mhm.
disagree. This has a great first act, a really weird like lost second act, and a great third act. But that middle is like, yo, we're really losing a lot of what's like going on here, and it's because of the script. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Wonder Woman 1984 a 7 out of 10. Yep, a 7 out of 10.
I mean,
Yeah,
like I said, it's entertaining.
yeah.
I mean, it's flawed,
I
but it's entertaining.
miles ahead enjoy the first one more. I prefer the first one
Oh
more.
yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
but Brad, what are you gonna go ahead and give Wonder Woman 1984?
I mean, I think it's just it entertained me for sure. I agree. There's tons of flaws. There's definitely racism intermixed in this. Um, there's huge just plot holes throughout the movie. So it's definitely not perfect in the least. I don't think it's as bad as others bring out and say it's totally trash. I mean, I can get where they're coming from, but at the end of the day, I keep saying to myself, it's a comic book movie. They went for campy in this.
Just chill, man. They went for
Just
campy.
I mean, and I totally agree that we got to call out the bullshit in this,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I was still entertained and um, by the campiness and the ridiculousness sometimes.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
All right, man. Well, either way, guys, hope you enjoyed our review, and please, I know you guys in here were good. But I speak to the world. Chill out. If someone likes it and you don't, if you don't like it and someone does, chill out, man. It's nothing to get worried about, nothing to get hell bent about.
I mean,
Just
and
chill.
you know, if you get enough people to gather and you get enough voices raised, you can always get a Zack Snyder cut.
Oh my god. Except Venom, right? You like Venom, and I can't trust 1,000%. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Chillzone, there is an asterisk to that. We never got to see rated R Venom.
Except, what would it cost to get serotonin and happiness? Everything.
Everything.
So just chill out, guys. We're here for a very limited time on Earth. Let's not spend it yelling at each other because of a movie. Let's not yell. Let's not spend it like making death threats and cursing out critics for thinking what they think. Hey, sometimes the critics are wrong to you. Sometimes the critics are right.
Most
It's
of the time, they're
whatever.
wrong though.
Yeah. Well, Roger, we've talked about Roger most of the time.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
but hey, just chill out. We've all watched the movie. We can discuss it by being adults and being civil. I hope we can. So just
I
chill.
mean, that's kind of what the show's about. Even though
Yeah.
sometimes we're just like, how can you give it a 9.5, motherfucker?
All right. Well, with that being said, I want to thank our Patreon supporters who get this episode early before anybody else. I want to thank them so much. Make sure you guys go and check out our Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcore. I want to thank our wonderful producers, writers, and our showrunner. Our wonderful associate producer, what's it called? Cassie and Sarah. Thank you so much, Cassie and Sarah. You're awesome. Also, our executive producers, Grayson Barker, who you can follow at Grayson Barker 98, Warlord One Bar, that is Instagram and Twitter. And Brad, where can you find Shane?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK underscore.
Mm-hmm. All right. And as always, what's it called? Our wonderful writers, Brown Rice 96 on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and our wonderful Tony.
Hey, Tony!
Tony, I really want to hear your thoughts on this movie, man. I always like to hear my Tony's thoughts on comic book
I
movies.
like to hear Tony's thoughts on mostly everything
Yeah.
because sometimes he just wants to fight people.
At Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter. And our wonderful showrunner, Taymor23, Taymor23. Hope you have a great day,
Woo!
guys. Thank you for believing in us, Taymor, and wanting to be a showrunner. We've got a production meeting coming up soon.
Appreciate that. And give me a week, 2 weeks. I will send you the stickers and buttons that I couldn't send while I was COVID infected.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to, disinfect those things and everything, dude. But I think he's like, hey man, hold the freaking stickers and buttons.
He's like,
I'm
I'm
good.
good. I got my
Yeah,
pops. You go. You okay?
yeah. All right. And with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for stopping by. And as always, we'll catch you guys on. Oh wait, let me introduce you all to next month. And on Thursday, I will give you all the picks. So, my friends, next month, since Brad won this month last year, and we got to do Kurosawa Part 2 in January. Obviously, there was no damn predictions this year because guess what? We were
There were
going.
no
Yeah,
movies
yeah, no movie.
release dates really.
So next month we will be looking at the films of the Italian auteur Federico Fellini, and I will give you all the rundown of what the movies will be on Thursday. But that will be our month. It's all my movies, so 5 picks for me, and then on February we'll do something else. But I get my month next month. I'm excited. I really am excited. I can't wait to introduce Brad to these movies, even though I am sure that Brad is not going to like some of these, and he might call some overacting in some of these.
Well,
But
you got to remember, I liked Eraserhead, and that was the
yeah,
fucking weirdest thing I ever did see.
yeah, it's just that Fellini has this like whimsical kind of feeling to his direction. So a lot of what you would believe is overacting is just his direction of
Hmm.
his actors kind of being very zany, very whimsical. But in those movies, there's a lot of things being talked about.
Are you saying like Pedro Pascal being told to be more Latin?
Uh, Not really, just being more Italian. But with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for stopping by. I'll catch you on the next one on Thursday when we do either our Kill Bill review or we tell you all our favorite movies of 2020, and we do the wonderful end of the year list. So without further ado, Brad, go ahead and set them out.
All right, roll. Being the host as always. Thank you to all those in chat. Love you guys. Thank you for being there.
Thank you, Keon.
Hmm. Thank you, Luis. Thank you, Gio. Thank you to all our listeners, all our wonderful Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this, I guess I wish for all of you health and wealth and roll.
Life can be good, but it can be better.
Young Yoda out.